What is good, y'all, man? Hold on. Where is the camera? Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. I apologize. I know there's a bunch of people that would have wanted to be here for Kingdom, and I didn't announce it prior. I just didn't know if I would have the opportunity, right? So around like 5 o'clock, I saw a window where I was like, yo, I'm going to be able to record tonight. And I was like, you know what? Instead of recording, let me stream something. And I was like, the first thing I want to do right now, the number one thing I want to do right now is Kingdom. So I was like, okay, let me set some time for Kingdom, and we'll start at 10 o'clock. But then my little brother reminded me that tomorrow morning we've got to get up early so I can take him over to the exam site. So I was like, flipping flag nards, I'm still doing Kingdom. We're just going to roll it a little earlier. And so I'm going to be here for about an hour to an hour and a half, and we're going to read some flipping Kingdom. And once again, I apologize to all of the individuals who, like I said, would have wanted to be here, but unfortunately, due to my unpredictable schedule, are never able to to join in on the stream. So I apologize in advance. It's good to see y'all. Shout out to Cher, the Dank, Frodo, Andrew, Lord Hyperion, and Gustav. All love to y'all. Let me know if the audio's good or if it needs adjusting or anything. It does look like it needs a little bit of adjusting. Hold on, I gotta fix it again. Let me see, and then we're gonna get on some. Yo, Gustav, we gotta get some Kingdom, man. That's some greatness. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's really low. Okay. I think it should be better now. It should be better now. The Savage says, Conky time. Listen, last time when we got together, we went through the incredible. Like, I think the very last chapter we read was another puzzle piece in Conky's backstory. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to go back. You know what I'm saying? And so many times since then, I just wanted to come on here and read some Kingdom. And today, that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's get right into it. With starting off chapter 700. Look at this. Chapter 735 ends with the arrival, with Conky's arrival at the castle. The narrator states, with Conky's arrival at the castle, the tide once again greatly changed. Come on, man. Excuse me. We're going to the next one. Let me see if I can put like a number somewhere. What is this? Alright, that's what I put on last time. Where's the current? There we go. Currently. Oh wow, we did this for the Fishman Island remaster. So let me see if I can change this to Kingdom. Yes, currently reading Kingdom 736. Alright, and that way we can stay, on track in regards to the greatest. Alright, here we go. Chapter 736, and it starts off with Conky right off the bat coming in like he's in the middle of the steel ball run race, dude. Chapter 736, an important castle. Several hours before Shin and the others attacked Gian. It's miserable, huh? Being routed. Even after ascending to one of the Qin Great Six, we still have to escape through a river in full armor. It's been a while, huh? Crossing a river in the dark. And it shows Conky's squad. Phew. The other bank. Finally. My legs feel like they're gonna cramp. Boss? This man's always... Like, just look at his face, bro. The man looks like he's always plotting. Like he's always planning. Ringyoku. Have 10 of your men go up on the bank here and leave some tracks. Then what about us? We'll keep swimming further down the river. No way. Boss. Seriously? This sucks. Zhao Army Riboku's main encampment. Sorry to intrude, but we have an emergency report from the subjugation unit. What? They say they've lost track of Conky. Didn't they just say they were hot in his trail? Yes. There were tracks showing he crossed the Ho River. The subjugation unit also crossed in pursuit, but they lost sight of him while following the tracks on the far bank. And the Flagnards, because he emerged on land in a different location. It's good to see Raboku again, to you. Fully investigate the banks further downstream. There will certainly be more footprints somewhere there. Yes, sir. Urgent report. Urgent report. This is bad, Lord Raboku. Gian Castle has been taken by the Chin army. They received the news. Even SSJ. What? Just what on earth are you saying? Sir, at the moment we are confirming the veracity of the report, but it seems to be accurate. If we assume the report is correct, then could it be the Heishin and Gakuka units that escaped to the right? But could they have taken it with just those 2 units? Gian was undermanned, but still. Mans comes down and punches the Flagnards out of this table that I think has some food. Bastards of the Jin army, how dare you touch my Gian? Gian Castle General Enkon. Lord Enkon. Raboku's lost in thought. As always, send a messenger to the subjugation unit. Tell them to search for footprints on this side of the Ho River instead. So he's already on top of it in regards to what potentially could have happened with Konki there. What do you mean? Are you saying they returned to this side of the river instead of crossing it? But why would they? Could it be? It's possible that Konki deployed a siege unit as a detachment before the battle even started. I see. If that unit joined up with the Heishin unit to attack Gian, it would explain how it fell so quickly. In that case, right now Konki is... Yes. It's possible he's entering Gian Castle this very moment. That's exactly what it is. Yo, look at the squad, bro. They are here. Squatted up, ready to go in like swimwear. I can hear Overtaken playing from the One Piece soundtrack in the back of my head. Like, come on, man. Konki's really the Heishin unit. It always feels so good. Because every single time, especially lately, whenever I see them, it really feels like the last time I saw you was like the last time I saw like my some of my family members, right? Where it's like, yeah, it's just good to catch up with the family again. It's good to see y'all. Moten on the left and his squad as well. What? So you were here too, huh? Ex-slave. And Shin doesn't respond. Shin, of course. As if a single siege tower in the Saki clan could take a castle by themselves. The Saki clan? So those guys were a detachment? Hanzen, it seems your siege tower was useful, huh? Yeah, Koshun was successful. Pity you missed her doing it. Where's Koshun now? I wanted to see her. Quite fond of her, actually. If we left her outside, the enemy would have used her. Sadly, we had to break her down to a size that would fit through the gate and bring her inside. I see. If you want to cry, I shall lend you my bosom, Kokuo. Nah, I ain't gonna cry. But, about the flying fighters, I don't want your chest, you dang octopus head. Maron, how many men do you have? Naki, just a few hundred cavalry, sadly. How many men do you have? We're gonna have to defend the castle with what we have on hand. At any rate, let's hurry up and start planning our strategy. We need to have our defenses figured out before the Zhao army makes their way here. Thanks. I feel alive again. So tasty. Ben, one of the Zeno clan is still alive, but his wounds are deep. Go take a look. Yes, sir. Oh, you're still alive. Ogiko, was it? Ogiko wants seconds. Speaking in third person. The focus is simply whether or not we can defend the castle with our current forces. Long enough for reinforcements to come from back home. Altogether, we have a little over 10,000, right? Is that enough? It depends on how big of an army Zhao brings to attack. It's Raboku we're dealing with, so he's likely taking into consideration General Konki might be here. 10's on top of it, but he can't be certain of it. And because he can't be certain of it, it's hard to imagine that he would dissolve his cage to bring all his armies here. But because it is Raboku, you can't put it out of the realm of possibility that he would do such a thing, right? I see, so you're saying if they only send part of their forces, we can hold out. Oh, no, yeah, we're definitely back on the Kingdom Greatness trophy. Hold on, I think I just want to make sure the camera's good. How many captives do we have here? Boy, Shin, In our current situation, that kind of thing is important too. What kind of thing? One option when you fall into a dilemma like this is using captives as bargaining chips. Exactly so. In tough situations, if we have our Saki clan make a colorful example out of them, then the dear Saint Riboku won't be able to lift a finger against us. Hold on, I wasn't saying we go that far. Ten was like, yeah, we might be able to present the idea we have some captives, but y'all are some lunatics. Sorry, but we don't have enough captives for that. What do you mean? There weren't many people in here to begin with, is all. They only left a skeleton crew to look after the garrison and receive the armies when they returned. The pregnant women were left behind as well. Virtually all of the residents of Gian were evacuated. Is that so? So that's why the castle felt so empty despite how big it is. Kyokai! It's good to see you. Where were they evacuated? Hika, a castle east of here. Hang on. Are you saying that even though Riboku designed that inescapable cage for us, he still planned for the possibility of Gian being taken and had it evacuated? Seems so. There's less than 1,000. They are somewhat unreliable to barter with in exchange for the 10,000 of us. Still, using them is our last resort. Before that, there's still an important location. An important location? Yes. Sekirei. Sekirei? You mean that one place we took before the fighting started? Yeah, if we assume Sekirei is still in Chin's hands, and further, if the remnants of our armies return and barricade themselves inside its walls, then the Zhao army will have no choice but to send part of their forces to Sekirei as well. And they will be unable to focus on us at Gian. It's not too far-fetched. When we brute forced our way out of Riboku's cage, their formation was in tatters. So if we assume that enough soldiers escaped from a different spot, and if someone took charge and led those remnants back to Sekirei, if Sekirei remains a stable foothold of the Qin army, our potential to hold out here will grow by leaps and bounds. Then here we go, men. Sekirei Castle. I love this page. It's showing what it looks like from afar, from a bird's eye view. Then from below, then you just see the flag, man. And the flag has like the JoJo menacing thing on the, or at least it looks like it. It's probably not what it is, but it looks like it. The previous night. Heck, it's Sekirei. You all did well. We've returned to the castle. Chokuyo, you still alive? Big bro! Denki! Give me water and food. Someone patch me up. More friendlies have arrived. Welcome back. I'm alive again. Hey, more water for Lord Heki. No, I'm fine. Make sure everyone else gets enough. And tend to the Nahara clan. They got heavily wounded protecting me. Yes, sir. But there is more manpower here than I thought. Truly, this is... General Heki! Are you General Heki? An officer of the Northeastern Army? I am Rikuha, a 300-man commander of the Northeastern Army. We arrived just ahead of you. Lord Fuhan gathered our remaining forces and led us here. General Fuhan did? Where is he now? His wounds are deep, so he is resting. He will most likely be unable to move for the time being. I see. What he did getting everyone here, I can't let it go to waste. I agree. However, the men's morale is only going down. Conky's soldiers more than anyone. It's over. The boss ain't here. It's just us. Stay or go, we're dead men either way. We could surrender. Speaking of dead men, the boss, no two ways about it, he's dead. Nah, we'll be killed. We've come this far. What is this childish complaining? Is that Heki? Heki's like, yo, what the flying flatters y'all doing complaining? What's wrong with y'all? Whoa! You see, my boy puts his foot down. He puts his foot down, grits his teeth, like he's in Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Hold up. I am General Heki. You tell him. You tell him. You did well to survive Riboku's cage and return here to Sekirei. Our numbers here certainly exceed the enemy's expectations. Also, the 2,000 men we left here in reserve are with us. We have the strength here to put up a fight. Furthermore, The powerful Gakuka and Hishin units are alive and well out there. And most importantly, Konki is still alive. And they're hearing it. His boys are hearing it. It was only thanks to him breaking free of their cage that the formations fell apart and we could escape. The fact that the enemy hasn't already descended upon us here is because General Konki is alive, and they are in desperate pursuit of him. In other words, it's proof that General Konki yet lives. That makes sense. The boss ain't dead. Yeah, the boss ain't dead, the boss is. If we rise up and defend this castle, then certainly the Hishin unit, the Gakuka, and General Konki will come and join us inside these walls. Until then, we will defend Sekiri with our lives. Okay, Eki! Okay! Yo, he took a page out of Shin's book and was like, yo, we gotta cut a promo today. We gotta cut a promo. We gotta get everyone hyped. We gotta make sure everybody goes into this battle locked in, son. Yo, put me in the game, General Heki. I'm here, baby. Yeah. Along with his words of encouragement, Heki himself served to raise the morale of the soldiers in Sekirei to the point of tears. To the point of tears! But at this time, no one could imagine that the following morning the soldiers of Sekirei would be... What? Along with his words of encouragement, Heki himself served to raise the morale of the soldiers in Sekirei to the point of tears. But at this time, no one could imagine that the following morning the soldiers of Sekirei would be almost entirely annihilated? Even after his speech? They got the morale boost! You know, when like you're playing a game and whoever you have as your party leader has like a leader skill, and so sometimes the leader skill like Tidus in Final Fantasy X, he'll have like cheer, or it just boosts everybody else in the party, right? Or they'll have like a leader skill that automatically like makes everybody's stats go higher. Heki just cut a promo, son. Everybody's stats got a buff, and you're telling me even after all that they almost got wiped out? Dude, man. Come on, yo, Sage, it's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you. I agree, Jonathan. More people definitely need to read some Kingdom. Yeah, Peak Blade. Derek says, I'm at work. Kingdom. Yeah, Derek, I apologize. Like, I know that for a lot of individuals, this would not have been possible. It was just the time that I could do it, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it, so that's why I didn't announce it beforehand. So I apologize in advance to everybody who's watching this in the future, who would have wanted to be here. It's just... this is the time that I could do it, and I really wanted to read some Kingdom again. Alright, let's go ahead and change this to 737, and let's see if we stay in this point of view. I can't... even after the promo, dude. Sekirei. Gian Gishi Plains, Sekirei. Soshin Clan, gather up. Kate Clan, 2, don't forget your weapons. Cody, you keep resting, it's fine, I can move. Who could sleep at a time like this? Carry what you can and get to the walls. 6 unit form up. Chapter 737, The Unity of the Zhao. General Heki, we're the Kaza clan. Got 36 of us. We call ourselves bandits, but alls we ever did was poach, so we're good with a bow. That's perfect. That's perfect. Position yourselves in the eastern wall. That's where the Zhao army will be coming at us from. I got it. General Heki, we got 23 in the Ganto clan. Ain't many of us, but we're each strong as 10 men. Koto clan, we got 18, General. Listen up. The most important aspect in the fight for the castle walls is spirit. Steel yourselves and never give up. Should the enemy ascend the walls with ladders, do not falter. Surround their location and knock it down. Keep fighting no matter what. Like, yo, my man said, you will be there no matter what, son. Alright, leave it to us. Rita, you dumb bastard, you talk a good game, but you are the first to run, ain't you? Shut up. We ain't got nowhere to run this time, right? Shut up, you dang bastards. He's not wrong. There's nowhere we can run from here. The Qin army has been pinned in. The fates of all of us depend on us here. Like we give a flying flag, nerds. We're only doing this for us and the boss. We'll beat those Zhao to death. By the way, Derek, I don't remember if I thanked you for the super. I appreciate you for the super. I greatly apologize. The Xenosaint says, thank you, Goat Recon. No, thank y'all. Thank y'all for your patience with me in regards to the Kingdom greatness, yo. I want to see Coco one more time. My boy said, yo, he misses feeling. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Just maintain your spirit and fight, that's all. If we put up a hard fight, General Conky's forces will take note and make their way here. They'll notice back in Qin too, and send a massive army to come rescue us. We will defend Sekiri until then, no matter what. No matter what! We'll kill them all! Get in position. Yeah. This is the type of stuff that I tell my party. I've been playing a lot of 100 line, which is like a strategy RPG. And every time I'm about to go into combat, that's me telling my units, like, yo, this is an unwinnable situation, but we can do this. You know what I'm saying? We can do it. We're going to defend the point, man. Like, we're playing moral rivals. Generals from the capital really are a different breed, huh? Yeah, I didn't know what we would do after Lord Fuhan collapsed. It's truly a blessing that General Heki came to this castle. There's still time until sunrise. Make sure to fully rest until then. Practice what you preach, or we will be heading toward the north wall. Sir, Lord Rikuha. This man throws up. This guy just hurled. He's scared or something? Proper soldiers ain't allowed to be scared, you know. Are you okay, Lord Rikuha? Commander. This man get poisoned? Captain! 300-man commander! Yo, he's dead, bro. Is he dead? Yo, look at that face, tell me he's not dead. What's going on? Commander Rikuha! Me too, I gotta puke. I've also been feeling a little... So what they ate was poisoned? Hey, some guys over here also puked and collapsed. Alright, Nomu clan. We're gonna defend the south wall. My stomach's kinda... Mine too. You guys, what in the world happened? So the annihilation didn't even happen at the hands of individuals. The annihilation happened at their own hands. What's going on? Collapsing all of a sudden? You and they all look like they're dead, bro. Just look at them. Lord Heki, hey, get it together. It's happening in every corner of the castle, and the people that collapsed, they're all dead. What? How many? It's unclear, however, the number's high. I fear that those who made it to the castle earlier than us have almost entirely those who came earlier. Just what in the world is going on? They were raring to go just a minute ago. What is this? Lord Heki, for this many people to be done in at once, is this possibly... Yeah, there's no mistaking it. It's poison. Poison? If it was in the water or food, and we ate the same rations as those who arrived earlier. What? So that means for sure that not only was it in the food, but it was also in the water, which is... I'm just thinking about it from my own standpoint, right? Like, if I was out there in the middle of war, and I trusted who I was getting my rations from, like, I wouldn't question the fact that what I was about to eat could potentially be poison, even though we are in the middle of a humongous battle. But that wouldn't have crossed my mind, especially when we just finished sieging the castle. So the fact that this took place is like sweet mother of Flagnards, man. You can't blame them. Like, they didn't know any better. Caleb Brown membership for 22 months, yo. 22 months. Almost 2 years. I appreciate you, Caleb Brown. Thank you so much for that. Yo, bro, not caught up, but wanted to show love. Appreciate you, Caleb Brown, man. You have no idea how much that means. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the membership message. Looking forward to catching up as well, because I'm 100 chapters behind. But I appreciate you so much, Caleb Brown. Thank you so much for that. This ain't real. And for the 2 years, brother, that's crazy, man. This ain't real. Are we really gonna die like them? Bro, there's no way Heki's gonna die from this, man. The plot's gotta save him, right? This is absurd. These soldiers, they were gonna defend the castle to the last man. For it to end like this in such an absurd... Jojo Lance is like, sort of like twisted absurdity in my head. I can't look at the word absurd the same anymore. It's just... It can't be. Are you the ones that poisoned us? It is as you say. There is a hint of regret in his face, though. Impossible. We didn't have you serve us. How could you have possibly snuck poison into our food and into everyone's meal? It was the water from the wells. So it wasn't even the food, it was mainly the water. The wells were rigged so that we could drop poison into them at any point. Dude, look at the way they dropped the poison in there. That's nuts. Rigged? These things were rigged? When did you have the chance to pull that off? Haven't you realized yet? When Yu Qin crossed into our lands and came to Sekire in order to capture Gian, the poison was already in place. What? The people of Sekire did not flee. They were sent away as part of Lord Riboku's strategy. Sekire was to be handed over without a fight, to become a holdout for the soldiers who managed to escape from the Gishi Plains, a place they would flock to in desperation, in order to take you all out with poison in one fell swoop. Riboku, man, I've got to hand it to him. Like, who in the Flying Flagnards would have thought that far ahead, and to also do it in such an unorthodox way as well? Like, normally you would expect like an ambush to be going on the way, or a food shortage, but not for you to arrive, believe that you actually captured it, and then you eat the food there and drink the water there, fully expecting for absolutely nothing to be an obstacle, considering you just took over this thing. And it ends up being poisoned, man. You gotta give it to Riboku, bro. You really do. Riboku. It was Riboku again. That flipping Flagnard. But this is far too reckless. You understand, right? If you dump this much poison into the well, for a few years or even longer, people won't be able to live here in Sekire. Konki's beheading of 100,000 soldiers in Heiyu last year was enough to make even our blood boil. A most barbaric act. As men of Zhao, we cannot forgive it. That was a lot of soldiers, man. No matter the cost, we vowed to lay waste to his plains. We vowed to lay waste to his plans. We here vowed to do the same should Konki come to the north, even if it meant poisoning our well which raised us since we were but babes. To kill his army? No. Konki. In order to kill Konki. Right now, all of Zhao will do whatever it takes. Oh, man of Qin. Dang, dude. Heki keels over. A part of me really wants to believe that he's still breathing because it's flipping Heki, right? Like, he's been alive the whole series. But man. Sekire. You just see a whole bunch of soldiers, but they look like a whole bunch of just ants scattered all over the floor. Look at this, dude. Is it done? Yes. Heck of a sight, huh? Yeah. It can't have been easy to do this, Elder. But thanks to you, Konki's finally pinned in. Good. Are a few still alive? Yes, the ones who didn't drink much water seem to have just escaped death. Should we make the rounds and finish them off, Captain? No, don't kill them. It's going to be hard work rebuilding the Northlands that they trampled on. So that means that's how Heki's going to survive them. Take them to the detention camps and work them until they die. Riboku's headquarters. Urgent report from Sekire. The plan was enacted and the Qin army in Sekire has been exterminated. They really did it. Hey, SSJ. May have thought up the plan, but the one who ordered it was Lord Riboku, you know. Shut up, I know that. Stop talking, idiot. The man said, "Owie." A hand? The trouble-afflicting Sekirei has been extinguished. All that remains is to kill Conpi. It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day. Conpi, I refuse to leave it there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a goated character, a character that I respect, and you know what? We're gonna go with it. All that remains is to kill Conpi. He is strapped like a rat. We make for Gian. All units, head out. Yes, sir. Holy Flagnard, so now Raboku's about to head right up into like swimwear against Konki. We're going. Bro, he always has a plan, Sage. Yeah. He always has some sort of plan, bro. Holy sweet mother of Flagnards, man. So now even they are about to head over to attempt to box Konki, man. Oh my goodness. 7:38. Oh my god. Here we go. You sure that's what you saw? Positive. It's vexing, but the flags being raised are those of Zao. It's 3 men. The news wafts into the sky. That's it out. Zao soldiers will be here soon. Chapter 738. Konki's head. Or Konpi, apparently. Flipping Konpi. We're back to Ten and Shin. Gian. What's wrong, Ten? There's 3. We sent scouts to check out how Sekirei was doing and told them to use smoke signals because they may be intercepted by the cage on their way back to Gian. Over there. And so, one signal would mean that, the Sekirei's still safe. But we told them to send 3 signals if it had fallen to Zao. And it most certainly did. 3. Which means that Sekirei has been recaptured by the Zao. Flagnards, that can't be. And so that means that there is no need to send armies to Sekirei anymore, and Raboku can amass his forces to strike at us here. That guy's the worst. So that means this is all over, right? Kokuo, boss! Let's ditch the rest and leave, just us. But there's nowhere to go. It's not over. The situation has gotten worse, but our hopes are unchanged. The reinforcements from back home, until that army shows up, we gotta just fight it out. Oh, and Konki's still just the same expression. Chin capital, Kanyo. When I say the king, there's still no word on Konki's movements. Sir, a messenger arrived from the east earlier, but the reports are still unclear. They advanced all the way to Sekirei without a fight, and just as they set forth from there, Zao armies appeared at the border and closed off the flow of information. This isn't normal, Shohei-kun. Exactly. Even with armies blocking the way, it should be simple enough for our scouts to skirt them and enter Zao. The fact that they cannot is simply, that's true. According to the reports, several units did manage to penetrate their lines, but none have returned. What did you say? Shohei-kun. The king, my boy. They say. This feels very ominous. For the flow of information from northern Zao to be truly so restricted, a considerable amount of preparation would have been necessary. Moreover, if the one masterminding this is Raboku, I as well. Last night when the information about Konki's army was cut off, I also began considering that possibility. To what extent did they prepare for our arrival? Atsuyo, Rome. Because of these 2 castles, our attack on Gian started with less than half our planned forces. What do you mean, Shohei-kun? I'm saying we have been lured into a trap. I may have looked down on Raboku far too much. In that case, we must send reinforcements. Immediately. The Konki army could be helplessly encircled by the Zao army as we speak. Please wait a moment. We have reports that a considerable number of enemy forces are deployed throughout northern Zao. Penetrating into it to rescue the Konki army, if it even needs rescuing, could require as many as 100,000 soldiers. 100,000? We could rouse an army that size in not much time, but If the Konki army is in danger now, they won't make it in time. I've sent a message to General Osen in Atsuyo to swiftly send reinforcements to Konki if he's in peril. That's right, General Osen is there. Atsuyo is our front line against Northern Zhao. He can reach them far faster than we ever could. Do we have reports of Atsuyo making any moves? No, none so far. What do you mean? Even though we here in Kanyu are panicking, General Osen isn't mobilizing at all? Is it possible that General Osen is able to observe the movements of the Konki army and surmise that there is no need for reinforcements? Oh, that could be. However, it's also possible that he wants to send reinforcements, but the situation doesn't allow for that. Shohei-kun, I'm sure you understand, but Konki is no longer a mere general. He is one of the 6 great generals, the pride of Qin. In other words, a symbol of Qin's martial prowess. If he is defeated or killed, our fighting spirit will take a massive hit, while Zhao and the other kingdoms will regain their vigor. And it's like, it's so true, man. No matter how much these individuals may despise Konki for his previous actions, in some part in their hearts, they're like, you know what, man, get that flying flag right out of here. They can't deny what he means to not just the large-scale narrative at hand, both in a literal sense and in a metaphorical sense, but legitimately just how much he means to the overall spectrum, right? Having something like Konki going down would be catastrophic for the morale of Qin and all of its soldiers. Just look at what the possibility of Konki being down did for the soldiers who were with Heki, right? Like, just the idea of him being alive is what allowed them to raise up, and obviously we saw what happened to them. But if that wouldn't have happened, they would have been ready to go, right? So, like, even they have to admit just how important Konki is to the grand scheme of things. I don't need to be reminded of that. For now, I will send another messenger to Osen and Atsuyo. I will also dispatch orders to our land, to our lands nearest to northern Zhao for them to rouse an army and be ready to move at a moment's notice. Approved. Make haste. Shogun-kun sent a message to Taigen. Tell them we know they are being watched closely by Romo, but to try and find a way of moving to Konki's aid. Sire! Mr. Shi, you have a lot of influence in Taigen. Can I trust you with this? Leave it to me. Please tell me you're alright, Shin. Atsuyo, the situation is unchanged. The movements of Konki's army are unclear. Nearly all our scouts' attempts to infiltrate northern Zhao have been thwarted, and of those that have entered, not a single one has returned. Look at this guy, man. My boy. Lord Osen, grant me an army of 10,000 men. I will punch a hole through the outer formations of the Zhao army, observe the situation therein, and report back. The Konki army had 140,000 men, and they very well may have been trapped to the last man. You think 10,000 will make them break a sweat? Fine, I'll take 50,000 then. So, be seated, so. And bro, when Osen speaks, you better sit down and listen, man. Look at the way that the panel is structured too. Like just on his mouth. Like, yo, just relax. Take it easy, man. Why? Why do we not get to reinforce them? Is it not evident that the Konki army has been entrapped? If we don't hurry, we truly will be too late. Were we to make a move, we would first have to attack Romo, the enemy that attacked the army from Taigen. And we would also need to confirm the makeup of the army at Hongo. Hongo? The castle west of Gian. There's also an army there. The schemes deployed throughout northern Zhao are far deeper than what is apparent right now. I had felt something disquieting for some time, but for it to be this vast, we looked down too much on this man called Riboku. Yo, the Riboku hype is like through like so many barriers. It's almost reaching space, dude. Report. The scattered remnants of the Konki army show no signs of gathering under Konki at Gian. Seems like the Kanki army really doesn't have any loyalty or military discipline. Even during the battle with Kocho, they ran away the moment they heard they were outnumbered. Even then, the Kanki army has consistently been victorious. If we are negligent, they will sweep our feet out from under us. I get that. But it's impossible for them to turn the tides in the situation, not when they're pinned in like this. Kanki is a man that isn't tied to military strategy and fights only using his natural insight. In all honesty, I thought he might be a difficult opponent for Lord Roboku, but it was a crushing victory after all. Some small-time former thief has no chance of beating Lord Roboku. You say that now, but you got super worried when you heard Kanki was coming here. I mean, I think anybody would be worried if they heard Kanki was going anywhere. Whatever will I do if Lord Roboku loses? What if he gets hurt or worse? I wasn't worried. Myself as well. I thought if I ever lost badly enough that I could lose my life, it would be because Kanki was my opponent. Yo, man, the level of respect, right? The level of respect that you've got to have for someone else to say that, especially for Roboku to say that. Right, like he truly means that. Kanki's way of fighting is something I absolutely cannot do. And that is the enemy army, his own soldiers, or even the common folk with no part to play in these wars. He mercilessly kills anything and anyone. I cannot win the way Kanki won at Kokuyo. Man, dude, that chapter was still insane, man. It's despicable. However, this time Kanki's cruelty has turned into a noose about his own neck. After Kanki beheaded 100,000 men last year, Zhao resolved to go above and beyond to repel Qin and Kanki. Sekirei even brought poison into their own city walls in order to strike at him, and Kanki has leapt headfirst into these lands. At Kokuyo, when I observed Kanki's cruelty firsthand, I came to a scathing conclusion. Above all else, this man cannot be allowed to live for long, and so Roboku wants to do the job himself? Holy mother of Black Northmen. Even everyone else is shook hearing that. Just look at the way this panel's... Look at the way it looks. I also have been waiting expectantly for this day. It's been a whole 4 years since Kokuyo. But thanks to that, we can hurt the 6 great generals as a bonus. Exactly. We cannot begin to calculate the effects of overwhelmingly crushing Kanki, the best known of the 6 great generals, and taking his head. All of Qin will go pale, without question. Lord Roboku up ahead. Alright, about time we get back to our posts. Lord Roboku. And it is so interesting how both our side, back in Kanyo, and Roboku's side are both looking at this from the standpoint of if we take out Kanki, or if Kanki loses, or if at any point he gets taken out, that is going to be it. Like, our morale is going to take a dip. And that's something that both sides have put at like the forefront of this entire thing. Kanki, I won't make light of your abilities. I don't expect this battle to end cleanly. However, I will not be letting you escape from here. And I fully expected Osen, cautious as he is, to smell a trap in northern Zhao and stay away, but I knew you would come. It's your head I've been after from the start, Kanki. I will completely reverse the momentum for both Qin and Zhao during this battle, and I'll enact this change with your blood as a catalyst. Dog! Roboku! Now then, Kanki, this is the end. What in the world is going on? Close up any gaps in the cage. The southern units are in position. The northern units appear to have completed their preparations. Dude, now I'm scared. Because I was told before the stream to save chapters 740 to 750 to be its own thing, its own video or stream. Especially since I wouldn't have the opportunity to read it all today. So now I'm just terrified, man. I have a feeling I want to end off on a massive cliffhanger with 730, especially after this. Oh my god. Alright, y'all. This is going to be the last chapter we're reading this stream. Oh, man. Okay. Where's the text? Here it is. Wait, did I click the wrong one? Where's the text? It won't let me click on the text. Yo, California Penguin, it's good to see you. Shady24, definitely. Check out some Kingdom. Bro. No, that's not it. Yeah, oh, okay, I think I found it. No? Bro, where'd it go? I just had it. There we go. Oh man, dude, I'm terrified. I'm terrified, man. Okay, here we go. The reinforcements are back home. We're back in Conky's perspective. Until that army shows up, we just gotta fight it out. Osen ain't coming. Mother of flag North. Huh? What? I've known that guy for a pretty long time. I can tell he ain't gonna come here. They ain't coming from Taigan either. Romu's in the way. It's anyone's guess when reinforcements from Kanyo might show up. Goo. Then, here is where finally time to pay the piper, huh? Marun, call the Saki here. Huh? On the castle walls. Oh god. Chapter's title of the castle wall. Kanki closes his eyes. Saki, you know Shio. It's always nice people like you that end up losing the most. That may be so. But flashback. But people like you who see this world so clearly end up suffering twice as much, Kanki. Me? Suffer? That's a good one. Suffering's for other people. I ain't gonna suffer. Foo, sure. But if two people like us stay around each other a while, something good might come out of it, you know. Kanki. Dang, man, and Kanki. Bro, look at the anger. Look at the flipping anger, dude, as he thinks back to this. Boss! The preparations are ready, but are you really going to do it? Boss. Yeah. They're here. Ruboku's army. And he's got crazy numbers. What does Kanki have up his sleeve? They're here. Units on all sides are in position. Lord Ruboku, begin! The Ruboku army initiates their assault on Gian, sweet mother of blackguards. Get the siege ladders in place. Archers cover them. Loose. Forward. Rip our castle back from that villainous Kanki's hands. 5th unit. The ladders in place. Send out the infantry. We're good to climb up. Archers covering fire. Nice one. Keep going. Alright, we're the first ones up. It's a paper-thin defense they've got. Let's do it. Huh? What? What is this? Why is no one climbing? What's going on at the top? We surrender. What's going on? Why aren't they climbing? There's no one here. The Kanki army. They're nowhere to be seen on the castle walls. What? What are you saying? Lord Ruboku, the north wall's just the same. We're getting the same report from all the walls. There's barely anyone from the Kanki army on them. What on earth are you saying? They may have retreated somewhere instead with the citizens as their hostages. That's right, with what they were talking about during the plan. They're too weak to hold the wall and they know it. But I felt like because Shin and them would have been like, nah, I don't know about that, Chief. But if they actually did, as long as there's no one on the walls, let's open the gates and have the armies move inside. Sir! Good, it's open. Kavri, you go in first. Lord Ruboku, please don't head inside the castle just yet. The bastards could be hiding in ambush for a chance to strike at you. I'm aware. However, stay on guard. We don't know where the enemy may pop up from. The infantry is in. Find the Kanki army. The civilian hostages should be around somewhere too. Move together with your units. Lord Ruboku, where's a report from the castle? And we see a whole bunch of kids. We've discovered the civilians left behind in Gian. They were found in the grand hall in the middle of the castle. Great, but there was no Kanki army presence there. In fact, their whereabouts are as of yet unknown. What? Move. Search thoroughly. Early reports had the Conky army at nearly 10,000 strong. There are few places that many can hide. But what does this mean? By all accounts, it should have been with the hostages. That's true. I fear that Conky may no longer be here at Gian. Where'd he go? SSJ? You mean he just threw the castle away after putting the effort to siege it down? What kind of foolishness? Are you suggesting he realized he couldn't hold out here until reinforcements from Jin arrived? Yes. If he failed to defend here, then he would truly be out of options. But where could that army have gone? If an army of over 10,000 exited the castle, then our scouts would surely have spotted them. No, there were reports of the enemy hunting down our scouts. In fact, all but the ones on the west side were killed. So we've only had eyes on the west side. Is there a chance the Conky army fled east through the opposite gate? To the east? Absurd. That's away from Jin. So he moved away from Chen and further into the interior of Zhao. He couldn't possibly be thinking of fleeing all the way to Yan from here, right? Don't be foolish. Yan is also an enemy of Chen, and we'd never let him go through Zhao all the way there. That's not the play Conky's making. Conky is the playmaker. Most likely, Conky's destination is the castle just beyond the woodlands to the east. Hika. Hika? The tens of thousands of civilians we evacuated from Gian are presently in Hika. Not just them. That's where we sent the residents of Sekirei too. In other words, Hika is full to the brim with citizens of Zhao. And undoubtedly, Conky was informed about that here at Gian. Lord Riboku, there's no mistaking it. Conky's target is the 100... That sick flipping flag dart, man. Conky's target is the 100,000 hostages that are in Hika. Dude! Absolutely not. Let us hurry after Conky, Lord Riboku, before Hika falls to his hands. Lord Riboku! A message from Lord Encon from inside the castle. Lord Encon? So Lord Riboku, please hurry inside to the eastern gate. He's asking Lord Riboku to enter the castle? It's not the time to be doing that. No, let us go. Lord Riboku, SSJ. Leave the units searching the castle and ready all other units to move east. These flipping flagnards. What did they make, a tree? They made a tree of bodies and arms and heads. This thing looks crazy, dude, but it looks like a piece of art. In a twisted, sick way. It really is. Oh my, I can't stop looking at it. Goodness gracious, man. Flipping Conky. Riboku has to see this firsthand. People are barfing, can't blame them. Conky has left us a message. I will carve the tragedy of Hika into... I will carve the tragedy of Hika into history. Yo, I will carve the tragedy of Hika into history is a crazy thing to mark on someone's body, dude. What does that mean? It can't be. He's not heading for Hika for hostages, but for slaughter? If you dare, we'll make you pay dearly before you die, Conky. On the contrary, Conky's saying if we want him dead, he'll make us pay for the privilege. The game of chess between these two is just as intense as the game of chess between Riboku and Osen in a different way. Because Riboku and Osen were constantly outsmarting each other, but they was on the battlefield. This is just a savage between someone who does not roll that way, right? But Conky don't give a flying flagnards. Oh, man, dude. Ah! So like I said, I was told to stop at 40, so that I could binge 40 to 50. Specifically, I was told from chapter 740 to 750 in a single stream, or a single video or whatever. So I'll have to stop here. This man conky, dude. Thank you, Derek of Rivy. I appreciate you for the 2 comes in since I've made it nearing greatness. Yo. I can't believe, like, that was such a conky thing. And what I love so much about it is, earlier in the chapter, Riboku and them were thinking back to what took place back in Kokyo, right? In the events of chapter 481, with like the thing. And so now for them to be presented with a brand new version of that, it's like, it's flipping conky, man. This is the most conky plan yet, California Penguin. The most conky plan yet. So it's like, man, dude. Flagnards. Derek Fury says, with the 2, don't stop now. Derek, I was told to read from 1140 to 1150. And there's no way I would be able to do that. Though I really want to read, bro. I want to read, man, but... Gunky. Lagnards. Nah, yeah, for sure, Lord Hyperion. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. No, Conky's definitely got its age. Dang, man. I don't know what to do, bro. Like I said, I trust the individuals who tell me when to read like a certain amount of Kingdom. I just don't know if I'll have the time to be able to read it today, bro. Man, dude, what a clip, bro. Read 740 to 750 now, for real? Bro, we're gonna be here until 12. And I gotta be up in a few hours. Man. Flagnards. To 742? Is 742 a good stopping point? Because I was told from 740 to 750 was, oh my god, did I just drop something? Whoever it was lied 752 was the true chapter to stop on? Dang, dude. Because I can, if y'all want me to keep going until 7, I can go until 742. That's doable. That's doable. I can do 742. 742 will make you want to keep going, but that's up to you, my bro. Oh, don't tell me that, bro. Don't tell me that. Flipping Flagnards. Okay. So Derek River, you're saying 752? I won't be able to stop at 742, says Almighty King? Okay. Alright. If that's the case, because I for sure have to be up. Like, if it was for me, if it was for me and something I would have to do, I would keep going. Y'all know me, I don't care. But because I have to do it for a family member, I have to get up and make sure that I'm like wide awake and ready. I've got to go to bed. If not, man, if it was like something for me, dude, we would be here. Just like good old time. So before I leave the stream then, would y'all say the next stream should be 740 to 752? Or the next video, whatever it is. 740 to 752. Does that sound like a good plan? $740 to $752, based on what Derek Rivia is saying. Shout out to Conky, man. Shout out to Conky. 740 to 752, Lord Hyperion. A nice bundle. Okay. 12 chapters. Be able to do that. Yeah? Okay. So I guess next time, whether it be recorded or a stream, it will be from chapter 740 to 752. Then. Or, I mean, depending on the amount of time I have, I could even go beyond 752. But it looks like that... So is it a much better stopping point than 750? Okay, perfect. So that's what we'll do then. The next time we're able to get together, ladies and gentlemen, will be from 750 to 752, and it'll either be pre-recorded or a stream, but definitely hoping to be able to do it as soon as possible. Because I missed reading Kingdom, and like I said, the moment I saw a window of opportunity today, after I did everything that I wanted to do already throughout the week, and there was no One Piece, I was like, nah, we're reading Kingdom, son. You know what I'm saying? We gotta read some Kingdom. So, next time, 740 to 752, and we're going to be going Bit like somewhere. I appreciate it so much for being here, especially since it came out of absolutely nowhere. Will that be on my next week, you think? We'll see, Lord Hyperion. I'm not going to rule it out of the possibility. It could be done within the next few days. It could be done early next week. Let's see how it goes. My plan is always to do it as soon as possible. I just don't know when that will be. You know what I'm saying? But because there's going to be no One Piece for the next, what I believe is this week and next week, I'm assuming, then for sure there'll be many more opportunities for me to go up and look somewhere for Kingdom. So, oh man, bro, but I'm hyped. I can't wait to come back. These mind games happening right now between Riboku and Conky is just so good. It's so good, man. It's so good. But I appreciate y'all once again for stopping by at short notice to do this. Next time from 740, it's gonna be next time's gonna be a huge binge. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Please don't keep us waiting, and we much prefer live streams so we can interact. Yeah, it's up to y'all. Whether y'all prefer the pre-recorded or the live streams, I'm fine with doing either or because it's the same exact thing to me. It's just that the pre-recording allows it to where even if my internet goes down, I can still keep reading. And then when I'm doing it live, there's always the possibility that the internet could go out, right? Which is always a problem. They're gonna love how certain things with Shin's character is affected for the rest of the catch-up. Ooh, excited for that, man. Looking forward to some more Shin greatness in the midst of all this Conky greatness and Riboku greatness. Super excited for that, yo. Super excited for that. So, I will see y'all next time. Once again, next time will be a much longer thing, going from 740 to 752 up at least for the next one. So we'll probably do that. Gonna try to do it as soon as possible. But all love to y'all. Absolutely. Appreciate everybody who was able to stop by tonight, even on short notice. We are back reading some Kingdom, man. It always feels good when we're able to do that, yo. It gets the blood pumping, you know what I'm saying. Appreciate y'all. Hope everybody has an awesome